Welcome to the SCORE Business Showcase. Once again, to our audience out there, we have with us a fantastic business with us, and that is the Bridge Urban. And our special guest for today is Angela Wilson. Welcome, Angela.
Oh, well, thank you, Steve.
All right. So tell us about your business. Who is Bridge Urban?
Bridge Urban is an entrepreneurial group. It's a small business. We started just like most small businesses start at our kitchen table. We've gone from pencil and paper to designing an app.
Very good. And when did you get started?
We got started probably more or less a year and a half ago. And we had started attending some local functions with Black Wall Street and realized that we weren't able to locate those same businesses after the event.
All right. And so that's what designed or you thought of as far as your business is concerned?
The thought of our business was to help others. We all have our entrepreneurial backgrounds and things that we dabble in, but as a group, we realize that we all need to kind of support each other. There's enough of everything for everyone, and as time evolves, we kind of get past some of the let's help each other mentality, and for lack of anything else, become more about self. So we can help each other and be about self at the same time.
And just exactly what does Bridge Urban do?
What we're doing is we've created an app to help small and minority businesses. Looked in with social media technology growing, small businesses are challenged when it becomes getting into the social media realm. Some of them don't have the time or the want to go into that area or that arena because they're busy selling their products. So a lot of them are like mom and pop stores. They've been in businesses for 15 years. They're like, you know what, we're just going to do an ad and let business come to us. And that kind of makes them struggle a little bit. And they may not have that support to get into social media where everybody else is kind of playing in that bigger arena. And that's where we come in. We will set up social media for you and take over those responsibilities. We have a means to start to drive traffic to a business with potential customers. With our app, we can be in a potential customer's hands 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Whereas you can have a bulletin board or a billboard, and that's only viable when I'm driving down the highway.
Going at 70 miles an hour.
Right, going at 70 miles an hour, looking around, going, what did that just say? So, with an app, everybody has a cell phone. My great nephews, as soon as they see me, they're like, can I get that? And they're looking for my phone, whether it's for education or whether it's just to play a game. But as adults, we use our cell phones every day for notes, for meetings, for alarms, and nobody has a clock anymore. We're all relying on our cell phones. You can be late for work, and people will go back home to get their cell phones because they've forgotten them.
Yes, because the cell phone, we can't live without it seems like.
Right. So therefore, if everything is running on an app, if I'm looking for a business to do business with, what better way than an app? Because most people are working their full-time jobs, and I need to either find a plumber or find something, looking for a bank or anything. You're looking on your phone for that app that's going to help you with that. So with Bridge Urban, we're looking to put those small businesses together. I looked up just the cost of getting an app, and even a small app can run a company $8,000. So if you're like the shoe store on the corner, do you have an extra $8,000 to pay for an app?
Got to sell a lot of shoes.
Right. And then how many people are looking just to be like going onto your app to do something with shoes? It's better to be in an app where you can be part of a larger community, where there's shoes, where there's clothes, where there's music and entertainment. So that way you get more exposure that way.
Now, what is the purpose of the app, Angela?
The purpose is to bring those small businesses together to help them increase traffic for their companies, whether brick and mortar, whether online, to get that done. There are also abilities to put them in front of larger companies. Larger companies, some of them have what's called a diversity and inclusion program where they need to work with small businesses. But a larger business will say, well, we can't find them. We don't know where they are. We can't, get in touch with them. If your business is located on the app, then they can also find you, and vice versa. You can find them. You want to look at getting a contract with a larger business, and they're listed because there's a listing on our app that includes diversity and inclusion programs. So you can then look for them and their contracts. So you'll be able to find each other. So it really is about bringing community together. And our saying at Bridge Urban is from Martin Luther King to say, the persistent problem is asking the question, what have you done for others? So our business will help us, but it will also help the community. And us as a people can't grow unless the community grows.
Now, what does the app actually do? And what does app stand for, too, by the way? Some people out there understand what an app is. That's a shortened form of application.
It is an application that will exist on your phone. This application will run on all platforms. It is designed to run on your iOS, Apple's phone. It is for the Android phone and for the Windows, whether that's your computer or your Windows operated phones or tablets. So we've covered all areas of accessibility for that. Our name alone keeps us focused. Bridge is because we want to bring things together. We want to make technology accessible to everyone that it may appear to be inaccessible for. Like I said, a small company really doesn't have an extra $8,000 just to list something for an app that they want to have. A larger app will run almost $250,000 just to be able to have other companies listed in there. So an $8,000 app really is like just a list of things. These are the shoes I have, this is what it is, and it's running on one platform. Bridge Urban offers the ability to run on all three platforms. It's not $8,000. You're not buying the app, you're not running it. That is something that we house. All you have to do is give us the information. So each company that will participate has a free listing, and that's absolutely free. And what I can say is that not many things these days are totally free. There's always something. You got to buy something, you got to fill out something. The only thing that Bridge Urban will say is that all businesses, if you submit your information, you will be listed in the app, and that is totally free. Now, are there other things that we do? Yes. We have paid services that we provide for companies, and there's a cost for that. But there's not an obligation for that. So to be in the app and have your free listing does not mean that you need to buy those additional services.
Now, how do you get to keep the costs low?
Sometimes you have to think, if I have something to sell, is it better for me to sell it cheaper and get more people involved, or try to get like big businesses involved and sell it at a more expensive rate? It's better to address the masses' needs and have something that's more affordable, where you can sell, 50 of them rather than me sell one. And it also still brings in those other businesses. So that local hot dog shop that just opened up near Dunkin' Donuts that I ran into, didn't even know it was there. But it is really, and I don't even remember the name of it, and I apologize for that, but it's really cute little antique kind of place, and it was really nice and homey. So it puts people together, and you can also have like, I have a couple of friends. There are K&B Pics, there's Gray Matters, there's the Moab Photography. And if they decide that they want to do an app where it's like, we want to just bring a bunch of photography people that we have together or models so that way they can find each other, then that makes it accessible. So they can all then know they'll have one central place to go and they're local. So I can go online and look for, modeling or photography, but is it something in my local area? So right now, Bridgeport is building itself up. Bridge Urban wants to be a part of that build. We want to have people more or less work together to get to the ultimate goal that they have.
Okay. And so what does the app actually do?
The app will, because it's an app, what I'm gonna say is some of that information is limited because I want the app to be live, and technology can be cloned to any. So I'm not gonna say to you each step of the way what it can actually do, because those that have skills and knowledge, if I give them the map, they will create that map.
I see.
Before my own comes out.
So we want to give away trade secrets.
So no, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. But it is customizable for each business. And it's not just small businesses. It can be for larger businesses. So if you have a business that is, say you have like 200 members in your company and they want to just participate with each other, because they have their own printers that are in the business and they have their own photographers and suppliers and all of that, and they want to have that exclusivity with their group, we can do that as an app. We can create an app for them, because if you have 200 members in your group, then you can't really in your mind say, oh, well, I remember Joe, he does this or he does that or this one. This way you can look in that app and only find the members of your group and work with them on what you need, because you can pull up printing and say, oh, there's 14 of them. Let me pick from one of them. And that also helps you to disperse revenue between different businesses, instead of only remembering that, Joe's printing does it. Now you have 14, 13 others that you can pick from that also can share in that revenue. And it's about distributing business evenly, where I don't have to be a billionaire. I can be comfortable, but you can be comfortable with me. We have a lot of people that still believe in that crab in a barrel mentality. We have to get out of that. In order for any of us as a race, as a people, as a community to prosper and go forward, we have to learn to help each other. It doesn't mean that because, you got the brand new car, I'm going to be like, why he got that car? I want that car, he shouldn't have it. We have to support each other. I have to learn to grow and come up to your level.
Yes, indeed. Now, we had talked about before maybe the Chamber of Commerce in certain areas. How is that going for you? What is the thought on that?
I am still working with the Chamber of Commerce. I'm still looking at the Chamber of Commerce. I am having conversations with them in reference to that. So we are going to be creating something that's going to be exclusive for the Chamber of Commerce. That's one of those entities that deals with internally. So the Chamber of Commerce, all their businesses work together. And essentially, and that's great, but we need to get other people into the Chamber of Commerce. So my initial plan at this point is that, because what's my truth is, as a company, our truth is that we want to help smaller minority businesses grow to the point where you are now going to transition into a Chamber of Commerce. Because you can only be, I think I got this at school one time, you can only be as big as the pond that you live in. So once you start to outgrow that pond, it means that you still need to just kind of jump over into something bigger. So there are things that the app can help you with, and on that scale, it's a growing ability. You have to keep growing. So you may have been in business for 15 years and didn't understand really what a chamber could do or provide for you. So You didn't know that, so now it's time to learn that. We all have to continue to learn and grow and to be better. We have to just be better as a people, as a business. We just have to be better.
So it sounds like there's some transitioning there, going from a pond to a lake,
Yes.
river,
Yes.
and then the ocean.
That's right.
Excellent.
Growth is just growth. It just keeps going, and we can all go together. As children, we learned to walk and crawl. We eventually got to adulthood, and we continue to grow and learn. So we have to continue to do that, even in business.
Good illustration. Now, why Bridge Urban? Why should I go to you?
I think a better question is why not? We have not found anyone that is offering the services that we're offering. When I left the event with Black Wall Street and I went in search of the other black businesses, unless I actually left with a card that I can contact them with personally, I couldn't find them. There is not a database. So initially we started out with just trying to bring African American businesses together to say, here we are, because we are more than February. We have black businesses that run 365 days a year, not just February. We are more than a month.
Yeah, there's 11 other ones out there, right?
And our kids still need to eat. So therefore, it was just about initially seriously bringing all of our businesses as African Americans to the forefront. And as we sat and we went over, different aspects of things, we realized that it was more than just African American businesses that weren't being not necessarily acknowledged, but being able to be located. There are other months or weeks that are, heritage is celebrated, but those companies exist outside of that time frame. So then that's when we started to just focus on all small and minority businesses. We have the ability to what we call do a push. So during February, when it's African American History Month, Black History Month, we can push those black businesses out, those African American businesses out on the app. So that way, they're running their specials. That's not something you can do with your local newspaper. With your local newspaper, most people aren't reading print. That's dwindling, unfortunately, that's dwindling. So everybody's on an app. If I'm in a meeting and my phone goes off, I'm quickly looking at it like this, or like putting it below the table, be like, okay, let me see what that is. So we all are connected to our phones.
It's interesting you mentioned about print because I used to work for a paper here in the local area.
Okay.
And just going down the street the other day, I was passing by it, and they have on their building, the building is for sale. And I remember when they had a large paper like this, and it started reducing. And unfortunately, that's where we are. And because of maybe social media, email, things of that nature, it has changed things in this world today. Now, did you mention all the things that you offer your app?
We are offering, like I said, we do offer the free listing. We have sponsorships which help us to pay for and maintain our app. We have 6 premium sponsorship sites on our app. Today we are doing, half of them will be half price. So we are offering the first 3 major businesses that want to be a sponsor, half price on that, on that service. Like I said, we do offer the free, listing. We are offering the paid services and the sponsorships to go with that.
All right, and how can they get in touch with you for this? Sounds like a sale.
Yes. They can reach us on Facebook at Bridge Urban. They can email us at bridge_urban@yahoo.com, and they can contact me personally by phone at 203-594-6966.
That sounds good. Now, is it a 6-month subscription, 12-month subscription? How does that work?
Subscriptions generally vary based on what that customer wants. So they can go anywhere from 3 months to a year on a subscription.
Now, what has been your challenges as far as your getting your business off the ground?
I think our major challenge is that we are new. And, you know, when I speak to people, they're kind of going, who are you? And where did you come from? Bridge Urban, like I said, is very new. We started at the kitchen table, pencil and paper, and developed into an app. And we can either be the forefront or we don't have to be the forefront, because our mission is not necessarily to say, here we are, Bridge Urban. It's to say, this is a business that we will run, and we can do that from behind the scenes just as we can do that in front of the scenes. So if your organization is going to be the lead in that, then you can very well be that. We will just be the managing factor behind that. So we're not out to say, you know, pat ourselves on the back. We're really out to help businesses grow and prosper. And it's not all about us.
Now, who's your competition, or do you have competition?
Currently, we have no competition because, like I said, right now, we have not found anyone in this area that is actively doing what we are doing at this point. And we do have a sister app that we've done with the Chamber of Commerce in Mobile, Alabama. So we would like to be in Bridgeport and celebrate the businesses of Bridgeport and Bridgeport's diversity.
Now, talking about that, are you just local? Are you statewide, national, international?
We are Bridge Urban is currently local, with the expectations, because when your volunteer staff is built of the millenniums, they have that, let's just reach every place in the world. And they want to do it tomorrow. So I kind of rein them back in and be like, look, let's start here. We are Bridge Urban. Let's conquer and let's take over. Let's do Bridgeport and do that well. And then once we do that well, then we can then expand. Because my volunteer staff also is in different parts of the country. So they want to bring in those parts into the app. I want us to focus on doing Bridgeport and getting that done and saying, this is who we are, this is where we are, this is where we've grown up, and this is where we will grow this business before we reach out to another area to grow that. So expansion is, yes, something that we want to do. We want to expand, we want to grow.
So that's just like you were saying, before you can run, you got to crawl. Before you can crawl, or before you can walk, you have to crawl. So therefore, it's a progression that takes place, and you don't want to bite off too much that you can't chew at one time. So it's good that you're doing that. It's glad that you're having that momentum that's building. Now, any particular successes that, as far as your venture in your business, any successes that you've had so far?
I think our success is that most companies that we speak to are open to speak with us. Even though we are new, they are open to speak with us. And we have, like right now, we do have the photography group that will be, coming on board to join our app. So that's where we are at this point.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Very good, very good. Here at SCORE, one of the things that we do mentoring. All right. In fact, we've covered some things for you already.
Yes, and SCORE is in that resource area of our app already. So that's already sketched in there. So
excellent. Very good. So once again, one of the things that SCORE does, we give free counseling. All right, to those businesses out there. And of various forms of counseling. Some people want to get a business plan put together, or something on sales, something on marketing. We cover that. But one of the things I like to talk about too in our show is reading, because unfortunately, that's not happening enough with business out there, and they do need to read. So one of the books that I like to suggest, we talked about it before, and that was How to Read a Book. And I told that to a person one time before. They said, "Well, who do you think I am? You think I can't read?" Well, actually, the book does discuss 4 different ways of reading, syntopical being one of them. And my suggestion is go to the library, get it for free. If you like the book, put it in your library. All right, but I think you'll have fun with that. To our audience out there, no, I think I mentioned to you too. Put it on your list
Yes.
of things to do. So once again, Angela, I'd like to thank you very much for being a part of our show, and we look forward to future features. All right, and see how you're progressing down the road.
All right. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Once again, I want to let you know that SCORE is located at Housatonic Community College, and we actually meet at a time that's convenient for you. You can reach us at 203-551-1278 and also at scorect.org. So once again, scorect.org or 203-551-1278. So thank you for being a part of us, and we'll see you at our next show.